Hey everyone, and welcome to another Black Unicorn Red Pill production. Thank you for tuning in. Today we're discussing the female sexual hierarchy. Where are you or your girl? How to identify yourself, what to do about it, and how to move up and around the list. Alright, I'll be right back with you. Last time we discussed the male sexual hierarchy. So let's get right into it with us ladies. You'll see some similarities and some key differences. So we have, first is our alpha positive. This is the strong woman. She's very feminine. She's able to be independent, but she values family. She thinks generationally, usually has an abundance and wealth mindset. She wants to be married, but not just to any man, because she knows how much she has to offer, how much she's going to do, and she needs her man to be 100% alpha. She may be formally educated, and she might actually work or do things to make money, but she is able to keep that to herself. You could know her for 10 years and never know. She usually will focus more on community projects and really just working for her family, working for her family's business. Maybe come from a lot of money, maybe wealthy, or a lot of class, or actually be royalty. So these are women that we just don't see. She is a true queen, works from the background. Your housewife, your wife, your mother who stays home, the queen, Aeolian. She can sit next to her king, peaceful, but she's truly a traditionalist at heart and a modern world. A lot of men will see her, recognize that in her, and just leave her alone. She may be called stuck up and bougie. Your alpha negative is your strong, independent black woman who doesn't really need a man, but always seems to want to have one for some reason. She may be married to a beta male provider type and may later just divorce him because she's tired of him, she's bored, but she doesn't want a real good man because she doesn't have time for all that. He wants to control her, he wants to dim her light, he wants to take her shine away. She's a proud feminist, all about I can do it too, I spend my own money, comes to dates ready to shop, calls herself a boss. She buys her femininity sometimes because she can't be bothered with brushing her hair, filing her own nails. She'll just slap on a wig and throw some tracks in because she got money to make, okay? Now, Zetas are your strong, independent type, super feminist, very much like the alpha negatives, but just want nothing to do with men. Like, not even a booty call, nothing at all, just celibate by choice. Happy she maybe had her children really young and has no interest in men anymore. Maybe she went through some trauma and she climbed all the way up. Think your Oprah, your Rihanna, career driven versus, maybe she went through something. She might buy her femininity or just cut it off, have a short haircut because she can't be bothered. Nails just cut off, or maybe she could get some done once a week. She just can't be bothered with all that. That's just too much work. She's more focused on her career. And she may be, a sweet woman, still nurturing. That young grandma who don't care no more. So now you got your beta positive. She is that PYT, pretty young thing, sweetie cutie pie, beautiful lady. She might be completely dependent, young, still lives at home, doesn't really work or has just some useless time-filling job or, vocation, like your, not even work at Popeyes type, but maybe just because, Dad told me he didn't want me sitting around the house all day, so I just went and got this little job at Popeyes. She doesn't really care about money, and she's not really thinking about family just yet. She just kind of wants to get by, enjoy life, and have some fun. But she's not always into partying and clubbing all the time either. I mean, you might see her every now and again, but she's that girl who's just like that beautiful, quiet girl who I don't really go out much. My friends want me to go out. She more likes people than things. She might be political, a little bit brainy, kind of keep it to herself. Volunteer at the local, food bank and the community garden. She goes to church. She's that good girl. Then you got the beta negative. She's that bad chick, the Instagram model. She uses what she gets to get what she wants. She's all about the money, the fame, the cars, the material things. It's not thinking about marriage, family, or any of that. And nor is she really trying to make her own real thing. She might call herself a boss, but she's more of a pro. You know, she's got her Cash App information in her bio. Super dependent on somebody else for everything, whether it's her mom, her auntie, her sisters, her government, the government subsidies, or some man's money, because she's always about getting that money. She's kind of like that gold digger type. She buys her femininity because she's all about that money. She can't be bothered with cooking and cleaning. You know, her house is probably a mess. Her room is a mess, sleeping on a mattress on the floor. It's all dirty, but she makes sure her eyebrows are on point and she got that beat done and her wig is colored and cut and all about the coins. Okay, yeah, 20 for 20 is not, a 2 for 20 is not a date, but you have a mattress on the floor without even a shoe. So Gamma positive, she's the wifey type. She usually is a single mother, so she's maybe past her prime or it came early. We got some few extra pounds on her and some emotional baggage, but she's still a sweetie. She's still nurturing. She'll be really pretty too, but you know, you probably still aren't really trying to take her out the house too much because she maybe just sometimes know how to act, get that little bit of crazy to her, or just them 40 extra pounds if she just would get rid of those, you know. But she has something, kind of that baggage holding her back from being higher up on this hierarchy. You know, someone messed with her when she was a kid, maybe. She had a couple abusive relationships, them children, some just slight mental health issues and just bad self-esteem. But you know, she can cook, she can clean, and you know, maybe has her own home and her own car, but probably kind of needs some help to support her family and her children. And you know, she may have made a good wife, and she really would try to have some of those qualities, but she's got them wild children that she's just too sweet to discipline, and she's really just trying to hook a man to save herself because she really knows she needs a man. So she is going to do her best to be as loyal as she can to you. You can trust her to bail you out of jail. But she may have a job, just something basic and not too driven, because she just doesn't know. She just feels lost in life. She needs you. So Gamma negative. This is the eternal girlfriend, or the booty call. She's usually a single mother or otherwise past her prime with some extra pounds but has a bad attitude. She can be masculine, loud, bossy, demanding, and still somehow thinks that she's a 10 and she deserves a fine alpha male. And if you are not an alpha male, she sees you as settling. She may call herself a boss or an alpha female and think that she runs this, but no one around her is going to tell her that because no one wants to hear that mouth. Yeah, so she might be able to cook and clean and, you know, be wild in bed or whatever, but she thinks she's too good for doing that for any of the guys she does get. She may have a lot of tattoos, piercing, destructive habits like smoking and drinking, wears heavy makeup, wears clothes that's just too tight or shows too much skin, or both, and has a hard frown. She may have some basic job, nothing too ambitious, lives on a government. She might even be your stereotypical welfare queen, thinking that she's always trying to come up, similar to the beta negatives who are always trying about that come up, right? Then you have Omega positive. She's your precious type. She is that, some of the guys who are lower down in the hierarchy might just slide through at night when no one's looking and leave before anyone can see him. She's, you know, doesn't think she's worthy of any love and just appreciates any love or attention she's given. You know, she's a little fat girl she's the big girl they bring to the club who just holds the purses and kind of cries, and you're like, can you get my friend something? And you're like, if that's what it takes to get to you, yeah, I'll buy her a drink too. She could have been a beta positive if she just loved herself, but somebody messed with her. Maybe her father, stepfather, uncle, mother passed, or something happened, and she just She's filled with some negative energy in her, but she still manages to be kind of sweet. She's just maybe even a shell of herself. These are some of the girls who end up in a lot of abusive relationships where they just sit there and just take the abuse because they don't think they deserve better. And you pity them a little bit sometimes. Then you got the omega negatives. So no man's gonna come here at her with a 10-foot pole. She is an ugly, nasty, fat woman with the stanky and got a bad attitude. She seems to think that she's all right, and she will lie, but she will still lie, scam, catfish, cheat, steal her way into getting dates and to getting men, coerce. She just really cannot be helped. She may be trolling these comments right now or stalk other women who are higher up on this hierarchy to try to get access to their power, because she'll do anything other than actually improve herself to get where she wants to be, because she doesn't think she should have to. These are that fat, loud, bossy feminist types who just do all the hard work in the feminist groups and the women's groups, but mysteriously a lot of these gals seem to have like 1 or 2 children, and so that means somebody did come near her at some point, and you really kind of feel bad for those children because you know they're getting abused, nothing positive going on in that house, but you're not going anywhere near there. You're not going near there with a 10-foot pole. It's just unredeemable. She doesn't seem to have any redeeming qualities, and no man wants to be seen out with her. And that's kind of the list. I would love to hear your thoughts. What are your thoughts about this hierarchy? Where do you think you are in this hierarchy list? And what are your thoughts? And please, if you're interested, I'd love to hear your comments. Please write comments below because I read them. And even if I don't respond, I may make a video. Let me know what you want to hear me talk about next. I do plan to do more in-depth videos describing each of these in full with more examples. So I thank you. Please subscribe. We're going to talk about this a lot more in detail. Our next video is going to be talking about the typical matchmaking and pairing between all of these types. All right. I appreciate you all for checking in, and I will see you on another day. Bye.